Hey, good morning. Let me run something past you. Let's say, what if? What if you were 10 years old and across the street from your house was a brand new house? It was a young couple, probably in their early 20s, that moved in. They hired you to water the front and backyard that they seeded with tiff grass. You're in Arizona and it's hot. So you have to be over there every day, 7 days a week, about maybe 6 times, 8 times a day. You can't water it with a whole lot of water because you don't want to wash the seed out. Things will change once the seed starts to sprout. Then you can water it longer and less frequently. The young wife in hospital administration for a major hospital in Phoenix, Arizona. I think she actually is working for the administrator at this hospital. She might be a secretary, she might be an intern. I don't know. I was 10. So we're doing what if. So you were 10. Work with me on this. I really want to know what you would do. The husband there, he's an electrician. He gets home early afternoon, sometimes 2 o'clock, sometimes earlier, sometimes a little after 2. One particular time, he comes home, he asks if you've been paid. You haven't. So he tells you to go to the door and just come in. He's going to be inside so he can get you paid. You finish up, you go to the door, you knock on it, you hear him yell, just come in. You come in. To put it in a nutshell, he tries to molest you. You resist. You make a mad dash to that front door so you can get out of there quickly. He beats you to the door. He throws you down on the carpet. He pulls your shorts down and rapes you. You're crying. He's shoving your face into the carpet. He finishes, and then he tells you that this is all your fault. If you would have just done what he was telling you to do, and you refused. Then he tells you that if you say a word of this, he's going to kill your family. You know he's serious. You think he's serious. You're 10 years old. You see his guns. He shows you knives. He's very serious. If you tell anybody at all, he's going to kill your family. If you quit doing his yard, he's going to kill your family. So you go home. You're shaken. You're disheveled. Your mom drinks, and she's had plenty. You go to the bathroom, you've got blood in your underwear. You're stressing out. On a variety of times over a 2-year, little 2+ year period of time. You can't miss a day. If you do, the grass will tell on you. He comes home a different time and he just feels like he has free reign to molest you. You're afraid. The emphasis is put every time about losing your family, about your family being killed. He makes it clear he was not going to get caught. Throughout this 2-year period, you're being groomed. He's teaching you things that at your age, you should never know. You have not entered puberty. During that period of time, he raped you several more times. He used a Polaroid camera to take pictures. He used a Polaroid camera to take pictures when he was molesting. You were molested maybe 200 times. He would forcibly masturbate you. I mean, like doing it with a purpose. You weren't in puberty, so it didn't result in anything. He would get upset about that. You would notice that your penis would be swollen for a couple days. His wife finds those pictures, files for divorce, and she doesn't tell the police. She doesn't tell your parents. She packs up. She's out of there. He loses the house. You eventually go through puberty. And by the time you're between 14 and 15, you're like looking at pornography, doing things that you know are not right. But you grow up and you end up having PSTD, you end up having trauma stuff that where your thoughts they're not healthy thoughts. You date girls, really, if you double date with somebody, then you're trying to follow their lead on how they're treating the girl they're with. And so you're following that and you're doing a pretty good job. And you're interested in girls, you're interested in women. Well, at that young age, girls. But as you get older, you have this weird attraction to older guys. You want to find an older guy that's gonna treat you bad, like hurt you. You know that's messed up. You have this hole that you're in that you want to climb out of, but you are relentless and tenacious to get out of this behavior that started probably when you were 10. Have a buddy that is really just like a best friend, and you guys share things back and forth. You share some really deep things and stuff. You take a chance. You share with him what you went through, and he just marks you as damaged goods, and there's no more friendship. That pain teaches you don't share it, don't share it. So you don't. Older, you get married, you don't share it, you don't talk about it. And that marriage fails. You get married again, but before you do, you think, I'm gonna take a chance. I'm gonna go ahead and tell this woman everything. And she's either gonna say, I'm out of here, or she's gonna say, I'm gonna work with you. And she works with you. And during the 40 plus years that you're married, really, it's just this progression. Well, there's a point in time where this thing called social media comes out, and you're able to go ahead and locate them. You find out that he lives in Washington, Kelso, Washington. You find out that she lives in Peoria, Arizona. And so you call the police, you file a report. The police investigate. The detective tells you, hey, we found her, but we've got some bad news. The statute of limitations in Arizona protects her now. There's nothing we can do. You had called the police in your 20s, early 20s, and in your late 20s. And that's exactly what you heard back then. You heard, do you know where they are? You don't know where they are. And they tell you, statute of limitations is passed. We're sorry, there's nothing you can do. But this last time seemed different because you found where they live. Then you start doing some research, social media, and you see all the real estate that she has acquired. You see all the awards she has received from being this star administrator of hospitals, this celebrated person. And this celebrated person, this celebrated administrator, never helped the little boy that went through this. Never turned in the monster that did it. She sued him because you went and got the divorce decree and you read through it. Matter of fact, you even took it to some attorneys. And it's very clear that, man, she profited off of the whole divorce. Everything she could get out of it, with the exception of turning him in, which was probably his blue chip. He wouldn't get turned in, he wouldn't go to prison, and you would not get therapy. You would not get counseling. You would not get help. You would end up being a whole lot older before you were able to get on this brand new thing called YouTube and Google and learn that you were actually the victim, that this wasn't your fault. You contact some politicians, only one responds, but that one that responded said, work for policy change. Get policy change. That the statute of limitations in Arizona can be lifted on a specific case for a child that is sexually assaulted, but it has passed the statute of limitations. Only that one politician responds, you're trying really hard to way to get that done. You'd like to set the record straight. You'd like to get justice for this crime. So what would you do? What would you do? I'm really excited, hopeful to hear your comments. Hope you will like and share this video. Thank you so much.